Builder. Do I still like the Viltrox adapter after using it for 3 months? Yes! Some examples to follow. This week I'm going to teach you how to update your firmware, adjust your affinity focus, tighten up the mount if your adapter feels loose, and potentially use it with the focus pulling feature in the GH5. Done! Roll that intro! What's up everybody? You are watching Too Long Didn't Read Filmmaker, where the answers comes first, the reasons come last, but we are constantly and always still learning. So 3 months ago, I released my first video on the Viltrox EFM2 Speed Booster, and from all thoughts of it, it was very positive. However, the question is, does that still hold true 3 months later after using it on a few shoots? And I'm gonna get to that towards the end because this month is a Q&A video, but we're gonna dedicate this entire video to the Viltrox adapter because a lot of you had a lot of questions. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1, how do you update the firmware? Well, first you just need to go to their website, then go to the download section, look for the model number of your adapter, and then simply click on it if you want to see what's updated, or you can actually just download it through this green arrow right here. Now I'm on a Macintosh and I'm assuming that this works kind of the same way for Windows, but basically what you do is you download the file, you unzip it, then attach a USB cord from your computer to the Viltrox. It's gonna show up as an external drive called Untitled. Simply click on it, drag this file into it, it's gonna eject itself, and there you go. Number 2, my infinity focus is off. What do I do? So on the Metabones adapter, there's a little screw over here somewhere, and that allows you to unscrew or tighten the optic. Now, oddly enough, the Viltrox, this screw doesn't seem to do anything, at least I can't tell. So basically what you need to do is you actually need to take the optics from the front side and screw it clockwise as tight as it can go. Now, this seems to work for me. It doesn't quite get me 100% there. I can hit infinity focus, but it doesn't hit at this specific mark. That being said, as long as I can hit infinity focus somewhere in this area, that's fine with me. For photographers, probably a completely different story. The adapter feels loose or the lens feels loose when I'm mounting to it. What do I do? So Metabones kind of had this in the beginning, but I think they've probably tightened the quality control. One of the reasons Viltrox is probably this cheap is because they probably don't go through a whole lot of quality control in terms of its manufacturing process. So with that being said, all you need to do is basically add some clear packaging tape, as you see that I've done here, and that pretty much tightened up everything for me. Now, of course, this is not the most pretty of solutions and some people might have a pet peeve with it, but honestly, this is well worth saving $400 some for. Now, the last thing is not really a question that you guys asked, but it's something that I found out and I thought, maybe you guys might like to know. So the Panasonic GH5 has that predetermined focus feature, and it kind of works with the Sigma 18-35 with the Viltrox. Not 100% well though, but here's how you do it. First, you need to make sure that the taking lens has the autofocus turned on instead of manual focus. For whatever reason, if you turn on the camera in manual focus mode and then try to go to autofocus mode, it doesn't work. So be sure to have that on. Turn on your camera. Now the first thing you're gonna notice is that when you move the focus ring, the focus meter on the camera kind of just bounces back and forth and it doesn't seem like to work as if it was an actual Panasonic lens. So what you need to do is just hit the autofocus button, and after that, it moves correctly. So this is where it gets a little weird. If you physically move the manual focus lens and choose your focus points based on that, the way it's communicating to the camera is not 100% accurate, and you're actually gonna miss your focus points. What you need to do is make sure you use the autofocus button over here and use that to determine the focus for each predetermined point. And I think this basically gives the camera a little bit more extra detailed information that doesn't seem to come through when you're moving the actual focus ring. So after you do that, you'll be able to shift between 2 or 3 focus points. So what's the bottom line here? Am I still happy with this adapter after 3 months? Absolutely. Every YouTube video you have seen from that video on to now is being shot with the Viltrox and the Sigma. Now, I've also used this on 2 shoots, one corporate and one that I'm currently shooting, the major action film that I talked about 2 months ago. And as you can see here are some examples from the upcoming trailer that has not been released yet. And you can see the shots that I actually used this adapter with. As you can see, it looks pretty darn good. Now, I know there's a huge shortage of this adapter. You can't really find it on Amazon, and there seems to be a couple sellers on eBay, but a lot of people aren't sure which seller to buy from. Now, I think the only one that I would trust on eBay at this current time is the Sharpest Light Limited, because when this adapter was starting to make its way into the market, the Sharpest Light Limited was the first eBay company to actually ship it. And they were shipping it at $150 because there was an early bird special that they just apparently didn't tell us about, but for the people that did jump on it, they actually got it for 150 bucks, which is awesome. Right now it's at 190 at the recording of this video, so I would probably keep an eye on them and see when they get some more in stock. And that's it for this week. If this video has made all the difference in your purchasing decisions, I would really appreciate it if you check out my Amazon affiliate links down below. Again, this costs nothing extra to you. This just gives me a little compensation so I can continue making videos like this for you. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. I will get to them as fast as I can. And until then, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.